ஹே, இது ரஜினிகாந்த் படம் டி.
ஒன்னும் இல்ல, இது கமலஹாசன் படம்.
எவ்வளவு பந்தயம் இந்த ரஜினிகாந்த் படம்?
₹1 பந்தயம். இது கமலஹாசன் படம்.
பேசாம வாங்கடி. சௌரியரி குதிச்சாதான் படம், இல்லாட்டி பப்பா இருந்தா.
From the start, we watched the film, we enjoyed how the story really played out. But was it done intentionally that you take a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relation and then twist what has already been shown in thousands of serials and all those things?
Two things. One is there is always a stereotype that mother-in-law and daughter-in-law doesn't go well.
Yeah.
I wanted to break that stereotype. Yeah. And of course, film is something which we fear of.
Correct.
And also we dream of.
Yeah.
It is similarly something like a dream. Of course, there are definitely an exception where there's a wonderful relationship between a daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But I wanted to break that stereotype of where most of the women, the mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws are, repel each other.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. And apart from that, there is the original story also behind it. Yeah. It is actually taken from my one simple incident. It is that I bought my mom a tab.
Okay.
And my wife happened to find her friends, my mom's friends.
Okay.
So one is in Delhi and the other one is in Chennai itself.
Correct.
So these three people met together for a wedding.
Oh.
So this is the original incident.
Yeah.
So and I wanted to write a story around it. To answer your question, I think that was also taken from original story.
Correct. Yeah.
So
another one that I enjoyed so much was that zoology textbook.
Yeah.
That's a very cheeky thing, I feel, where you use the zoology textbook as a bird's nest.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about this? These are very visual ideas. These are very cute ideas.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me the history of that?
Actually speaking, when we wanted to shoot the montage, after going to the spot, we found one small squirrel baby, and we wanted to use it. It was very beautiful and it was very cute. And slowly we started working on it, and we gave it to one of the guys who was already who was staying in that room. Yeah. It's actually a hostel room.
Correct. Yeah.
So then after a lot of brainstorming, one of my colleagues was interested to bring out idea like this. Yeah. Then I thought, so the idea is the line which we wanted to tell is, so a book contains only papers and just the figures. Exactly. And this life where these people they're together, it is more than what the figures and the papers are.
Correct. Yeah.
It is more than the zoology book, which has got one rabbit.
Most irony. Yeah.
So it is the life which is still awake.
Correct.
And the girls will be sleeping, and the squirrel will be, it'll be waking and chirping.
Correct.
So that was the idea behind.
Yeah. But our education system, as you showed in the montage,
of course,
our education system gives the book more importance than what is being taught in the.
Definitely, that was another idea.
Yeah.
Thing is, there is one straight layer which connects to the film.
Correct. Yeah.
And there are a lot of other areas which is connected to the various social parallels.
Correct. Yeah. Another scene which I enjoyed so much is that scene where you show Nasser sitting in the foreground, and another I think his father character sits in the far end.
Yeah.
He gets a phone call and he shouts out for his granddaughter to come in the middle and pick up the. Yeah. So it's two generations of men making a younger generation of women do household work and do chores. Is it something like a continuation of patriarchy and how it will never cease?
Absolutely. There is a man who is always he'll never wear a shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
He will always he'll have a towel around and he'll keep roaming around in the house.
Yeah.
And it is the generations together, as you rightly spoken. It is the generations together. It is the patriarchal system which is being followed. And of course you rightly spoke, and that the girl who comes all the way to pick the mobile,
that is closer to the
man, which is very closer to the men, and it happens in all the families, which is very very conventional, which is very men centric,
very common,
common. Yeah.
But then when you show it in a film like this, it strikes us.
Correct.
Maybe we are also responsible for it to some extent.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And another couple of things that I noticed in the film where, for instance, you had shown one scene where Bhanupriya's there's a diya that she's in the tulsi tree. There's a diya that she
Diya means
the light,
lamp.
the lamp.
Ah.
And in the later when they have left the house, there's a frog that's sitting
frog.
in that space.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, my favorite is the bonsai tree that you've used as a motif. Can you talk about these two?
Yeah. It is of course. I wanted to have one teasing
Yeah.
when Bhanupriya ma'am left.
Yeah.
That
To show
character.
the house with one image.
Yeah, and it is something like a poem for me,
Yeah.
wherein the water is dried off.
Yeah.
Okay, and the leaves are all dried off.
Yeah.
And the left out is only the frogs
Yeah.
sounds. So, and I wanted that to be treated as teasing of men who are trying to find her.
Correct. Exactly.
No, that is the idea of it. Well, it is just a metaphor, and I think it worked.
It worked.
And very interesting thing to quote here is there is one small poem
Yeah.
written by Na Muthukumar,
Oh, okay.
which actually exactly reflected this.
Oh, okay.
I can't quote this exact words,
Yeah, sure.
but it is there in his Na Muthukumar Kavidegal collection of it.
Okay.
So I was very impressed to see, which I actually read just 2 weeks before.
Okay.
So that was very important, and I loved it to have, because at the last moment we had in a position of taking the scene away.
Correct. Yeah.
But of course, a lot of good things happened, and we could retain the scene.
Correct.
With respect to bonsai,
Yeah. That is my favorite.
yeah. Thank you for quoting it here.
Yeah.
Well, bonsai is, though it is spoken as one latest invention or what do you call the ornamentation of the biology that we can have, botany that we can have around our house. It is against the evolution.
Correct.
You are putting a big tree. You are putting a big tree which is capable of doing a lot of things, which is capable
Shelter and power,
which is capable of giving a lot of shadow, shelter to a lot of people, a lot of birds or small organisms. You are putting it in a small pot, and you are keeping it.
Yeah, for your personal.
And you see it as only ornament.
Correct.
You just see it as an ornament, and you see it as your own personal passion to grow up. So
Exactly how some people treat their wives.
yeah, exactly. So the idea is to have that parallel with the women. So that is the metaphor that we played behind her.
Yeah.
And well, it is. Thank you for quoting it, because there are very few people who understand and mention it.
கேர்ள்ஸ் நம்ம இப்ப எங்க போறோம், எப்போ வீட்டுக்கு போக போறோம்னு யாருமே கேட்க கூடாது. 3 நாள், மூணு நாள் நம்ம நமக்கா வாழ போறோம்.
And there is also that scene before the interval where you see those bonsai plants placed behind Bhanupriya. And then when you see the same women in front of those big forests in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, that's when it really comes alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this stage, what do you want? Like, what do you want to hear from the women who are watching the film? What would you like to hear from them when they watch the movie and they talk to you about it?
Generally, what I'm expecting from women is, it is not that I like the movie, I enjoy that. That is basic thing. I think that is something which is basic for any filmmaker as a mainstream film that we have tried now. I think what we need is, okay, yes, do you like the film? Yeah, I liked it. But apart from that, I think the film has to carry something for themselves.
Correct,
And I think more women carry it. There are few women who are trying to connect to their old friends. There are few women who are started their negotiation with their husbands, the other men in the home, brothers and father and sons even. So I think these negotiations have started, and this is one side, and there is always the other side. I'm seeing my friends, myself, my own friends. One of my friends messaged me saying that, Macha, I'm in kitchen today. And that is something which
like a small step.
That's a very small step. And I think liberation for women have happened almost everywhere.
Correct.
Except for the home.
Exactly.
So when a man steps inside the kitchen and starts helping her out, I think there lives the film.
Correct. And was it usually when we talk about a feminist film, there'll be a lot of male bashing and a lot of negativity surrounding the male characters in the film. But I noticed that in this film, the two main characters, at least, we talk about Urvashi and Jyotika, they are not people who hate men. In fact, they're very fond of the men in their life.
Yeah.
Was that done very wantedly?
It is a very conscious decision that feminism is not talking against men.
Exactly.
It is to how they can work together, how they can get it better together. So that is the idea, I think. So I wanted very confident, with a lot of confidence. I thought that Urvashi's character should be one neutral character, who can speak a lot of balanced stuff.
Exactly.
And of course, there are other characters like Bhanupriya ma'am and Urvashi ma'am. So Bhanupriya ma'am and Saranya ma'am, where they really are in that particular situation where they have to talk ill of their husbands. So it was a combination. It was a combination that we wanted to work.
Yeah.
The film is actually a nostalgic film.
Yes, sir.
I wanted them to, that was something which is happening for mom also. So what happens is she always compares with her childhood.
Yeah.
She always, feels bad of the qualities that she has lost,
Correct. Yeah.
and she keeps comparing it with the current.
I know.
Not only with the current situation, also with the current women who are liberated.
Correct. Yeah.
So the idea of having a non-linear narration, quickly cutting here and there, those ideas were actually because of that.
Yeah.
I felt that it was very honest to the story, to the mood of the person who misses their childhood.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's why we wanted to have that to and fro narration types. So answering to your question, I think it was a conscious decision to make it, to compare the past and the current.
Yeah. So technically, when we keep going back to the past, we know that it's not Jyotika, but we're traveling through Urvashi in the entire film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another thing I noticed in the movie, sir, even in your previous films, you love using metaphors, you love using, all your symbols. Even in this film, religion, I think, is somehow, you somehow managed to bring religion into into the film, especially the Muslim mother and the Muslim son who's taking the mother to the hospital. Yeah. And it's very evident that Bhanupriya's son works for a right-wing party. Yeah. But then when a Muslim woman's blood falls on her poster, it doesn't matter. It's a mother's blood, and it doesn't matter what religion. Are these things? At what stage is it something that you write in the script itself, or does it make it to the film even before?
No, I think we work this in the script itself.
Yeah.
And I consciously work on this.
Yeah.
I really want to make sure that these things are nothing to do with religion, which is regularly spoken about.
Exactly.
And there is another thing which I want to remind you also. Apart from this, Amina is another character who's there.
Yeah.
Who consciously is against all her dress codes.
Exactly.
She short hair and wears the shorts, t-shirts and all these things. Yeah. So these are all things which we consciously tried in the film, and I think it will be spoken only when the people enjoy it again and again.
Correct.
So I think in another 5 years or 10 years, if they watch the film, I think there might be few details which will pop up like this.
Correct.
On your mark, get set.